Jungle no Ouja Tar-chan, Seikai Manyu Daikakuto no Maki, quite the mouthful, is a game that nobody seems to be aware of. Even the brilliant website Hardcore Gaming 101 doesn't feature it. Well, I am here to tell you that this is a good, funny, very enjoyable game with a few minor frustrations. It's based on a manga by Masaya Tokuhiro that also had an anime version. And it takes the story of Tarzan in a new direction, where Tarzan is a blonde bodybuilder, Jane is short and tubby, and quite needy too. The stages are preceded by her ordering Tar-chan to do something, like go to Las Vegas and get her new clothes, or go to China because she's hungry for a nikuman. Only in the first stage do the enemies really make sense, where soldiers seem to invade the jungle which Tar-chan inhabits. The graphics make a good first impression, and only get better as it goes on. But what really sticks out is the funny sprite work. The reactions and out there expressions are simply hilarious. Like when you punch a wall and Tar-chan's hand hurts, or when you get flung upward by a monkey, and the look on his face is just funny. There are 5 stages, and they are big and wide with slight puzzle elements. You need to think a bit to find the right way to the end. And to help you, you can find, and sometimes must, 2 animals that give you abilities. First, an armadillo that looks like a rat to me. It gives you the ability to roll over spikes like nothing, somehow. Second, a sea otter that I thought was a beaver. That gives you the ability to swim. For attacks you have punches and a jump kick, but also a Tarzan punch that's unleashed with the A button. This can move heavy objects, break blocks, and of course simply do more damage than just punching. Combined with the D-pad you can also punch upward and downward, which is needed in certain parts. You can also use L and R to look up and down, which is handy. Movement is fairly straightforward, but there's also an element of Prince of Persia since you can grab onto ledges and pull yourself up. Although you don't take damage by falling at least, and the spikes don't kill you either, just hurt your feet. Your health bar is represented by acorns and Tar-chan's mood, which goes down with the damage you receive. Picking up acorns doesn't replenish your health though, oddly enough. I'm not sure what they do, but there is a way to replenish health, and get this, if you stand still for a while, Tar-chan starts licking his own armpits, and doesn't stop until your life is full again. Classy. But I think you can only do this once per stage. There's one more way to fill your health back up, that's not as gross, and it's by finding H magazines that Tar-chan reads with great enthusiasm and regains his vigor with. Now, what could H stand for? There is a time limit, and considering the hugeness of the stages past the first one, it seems cruel. But then, when the timer runs out, the game only says, hurry up, and that lets you keep going. See, if you complete the stage within that time, you get a bonus. Whoop-de-doo. After every stage, you do a tournament of rock, paper, scissors with the enemies of the stage that you just played, and if you win, you get an amount of continues based on how many of your guys were left. This is as random as it gets, of course, but you will need as many continues as you can get, however. 5 stages doesn't sound like a lot, but the levels are big, and stage 4 and 5 are very complex, especially stage 5. This one is littered with electricity and bounce pads that send you all over the place. Enemies can also be annoying sometimes when they don't let up with their attacks and then block when you try to attack them. One minor problem with this game is getting momentum. It's a simple problem. To jump farther you need to build up a little bit first by walking, but it feels a bit inconsistent. Grabbing onto ledges doesn't always work either, but that's something I've come to expect from any game that has that feature, 2D or 3D. But the worst part of this game to me was stage 3's boss. Except for the first boss, which is a tank, all the boss battles are one-on-one fights, where you have 5 rounds to whittle the boss's health down, while he regains a few hearts every round, usually more than you do. Unfortunately, the game doesn't go by fighting game rules here, so if you have more health left than him at the end, you still lose. And the stage 3 boss blocks everything. The only way to hit him is from behind, and it's not easy to get the chance. I did find a way to trigger him to jump over me, giving me that chance, but of course it doesn't work every time. Or I end up pressing the wrong button somehow. I have gotten to the final boss once too, where he recovers 5 out of 10 hearts between every round. You can imagine how unfair that feels. I got him down to 1 heart left too. And then, the time ran out. And it was my last continue too. Jungle no Ouja Tar-chan is a very good game, different and very funny. The later stages take a while and there is no password system, but even playing it in one go I would say it's worth it. Finding a hidden gem like this is why I collect Super Famicom instead of Super Nintendo.